Well, our super special next guest is simply out of this world. First of all, he's got freestyling skills that are superbly supreme, and he always leaves audiences more than satisfied. It doesn't matter if he's creating pure magic as a genie or giving us the old razzle dazzle in Chicago. No matter the song, JMI makes it shine.
Under the sea, darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me. Up on the shore, they work all day. Under the sun, they slave away. While we devoting more time to floating under the sea.
Please welcome back to the Pix 11 Morning News, one of our favorites of all time, actor, singer, freestyler, and Tony Award winner, Mr. James Monroe Iglehart. I'm just saying, that's the best I can do.
Girl, you sound great. Absolutely fantastic.
You approve of my
Yeah, I totally approve it. Because, you know, whenever you sing that tune, if you sing that little ditty, everybody knows what it is. It's awesome. So,
well,
yes,
sometimes when I do it, people are not sure. They're like, what? But by the way, do not try to prove me wrong when I say this, Mr. Iglehart, because having watched you over so many years, it is pretty safe to say that there is no genre of music you cannot perform. I said, do not try to prove me wrong.
I will not. I do my best to study. So if I am going to do a different genre of music, I will sound my best. So I won't try to prove you wrong. I'll just let that wonderful compliment sit, and I say thank you for that.
Oh, and you're welcome. And thanks for not trying to prove me wrong. But do you have a favorite genre to perform? Do you have a favorite?
Ooh, that's hard. I really don't have a favorite. I kind of love them all equally because it all depends on my mood. You know, when you get in your car and you listen to music and you have a bunch of different songs, it could be R&B, Broadway, rock, country. Country's the one my wife hates. Country, Disney. It just as long as I'm in the mood, I love all of it, and I can't really pick one.
Well, we love you performing all of it because you can do no wrong with this over here.
Thank you.
And just so you know, it was clear on the day I landed on this planet that I was not born to sing. So when did you know that, unlike me, you were born with a very special gift? From your cries as a baby?
I was about 4 years old, and I was harmonizing with my mom, and she kind of looked over at me, and she was like, I think the boy can sing, and I loved doing it. And the minute I heard my first applause, I was like, this is it. I don't know what that sound is, but I want to hear that for the rest of my life.
Oh, my God.
So,
At
I was
4?
young. Yeah, I had my first solo in church when I was about 4 years old.
Stop it.
No, seriously.
Oh, gosh. No one let me sing in church. I think they covered my mouth when it was time to sing. It wasn't because I was crying. It was because I was singing. Okay, so would you say singing is genetic, or like having a musical talent is genetic? And is it possible? Can a person, after a lot of training, of course, go from worst singer to decent?
Yes, okay, first of all, I do believe that it has to do with your environment. It has to do with your environment. Some people are born to sing, I will say that. But there are some people who aren't born to sing, but can learn to sing. It's like, you know, it's like a muscle. You have to work it, you have to practice. I do believe that you can. The problem is if you can't hear it, it's hard to do it. You can learn it, but if you have a natural ear, it does make things a lot easier.
Anyone with ears knows that your voice is incredible and out of this world. And if they make their way to NJPAC this Friday night, you are going to be treating them to a special show with Broadway icon Jim Dale. So tell us about this show.
So it's a show called the JMI Show, and basically it's just kind of going through, we've been through so much in these last 2 years, and I want people to keep dreaming and dream again. You know, it feels like all of our dreams have been like, had this cloud over them, this dark cloud, and people are like, I can't do anything. And I'm like, my show is for the dreamers. So come out if you've had a dream and didn't want to fulfill it, but now you're thinking about it, or if you've had a dream and had it fulfilled, you'll understand where my story is going. I have some stories about how I got started and where I've been and the songs I've sung and songs I love. And then mine's at 7 o'clock, and it's really just about fun and just a joyous evening of good music and just, you know, living the fact that, hey, this doesn't have to be so bad. We can make something great out of it. And then at 9 o'clock, you have the legendary Jim Dale, who I'm excited to see because I've been watching him since I was a kid. I feel bad saying that, but when I was a kid, there were 2 movies for me. There was Pete's Dragon, and there was this really obscure Disney film called Hot Lead and Cold Feet, where Jim Dale played 3 characters, and I know it by heart. Also, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so I have all his books. But my show's at 7, and we're going to go through songs you know, songs you don't know. I've got some brand new songs in there from different places that people haven't heard before, and some old stuff too. So I can't wait for people to come out and check it out.
Oh, of course you know they're going to come out and check it out. And you know, if I was ever telling my story, and my James Monroe Iglehart chapter would be that I met you for the first time when you were in Hamilton. You let me in your green room. I got the tour of your little space, and we got to bond then. And then you were just recently in Chicago as Billy Flynn. And we're also going to see you this season, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel as well.
Oh, yes, I'm on Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. It was a lot of fun to do that great show. I mean, I'm telling you, that crew and those stars are fantastic. So I had the best time. Also, I can't say anything, but there's a couple of little if you have some kids, there's a couple little cartoons coming on Disney Plus and things like that that'll be coming out very soon. So you might hear my voice there.
Oh, we already do hear your voice like all over the place, because I recognize you when I hear you in certain things. And I also know I'm going to see you in Girls 5 Ever, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
Oh my gosh, let me tell you, that episode is so funny. I think we spent more time laughing than we did filming. So you're going to have a great time with Girls 5 Ever. And those 5 ladies actually, are some of the most talented ladies in the world. And they are, you know, if you've seen the first season, you realize they don't just sing well, they are absolute amazing comedic actors.
All right, so it takes one true talent to know the other 5 talents, so because you're talent, so you know them. And I'm gonna set us up for our next interview. It's gonna be at Juniors, and because I know you've been hanging out there a lot.
Yes.
So we're gonna be going to Juniors for our next interview after your NJPAC performance this Friday night. I cannot wait to see you soon. Always a pleasure, Mr. James Monroe
Always a
Iglehart.
pleasure. Thank you very much. And also, honey, you are such a powerful, such a wonderful presence on TV, just representing strong, intelligent Black women on there. And I just want to say thank you. Every time you step on, it is nothing but class. Every time you step on the camera. So thank you for what you have done.
I'm going to shut up now, because what more can I say? Thank you so much, sir. Such a pleasure. James Monroe Iglehart, everyone. He'll be performing this Friday night in Newark, New Jersey at NJPAC. For tickets, everyone, head on over to njpac.org. And he is going to wow you as always. Goodbye, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Have a good morning.
Jen and Hazel.